Cost of driving electric vehicle equal to paying $17.33 per gallon of gasoline, study finds. Now, this is on top of people already struggling to pay uh, uh, for a regular gas guzzler, um, and the expensive how expensive used cars and new cars are today because of inflation and everything else. This terrible economy that Biden has us in, electric vehicles are even more expensive, which is just crazy. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon where I talk about things I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram where I'm super duper active, so check that out. And also a link to my merch store. Also, check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for news as well. All right, let's talk about this news. A recent extensive study on electric vehicles revealed that the operational expenses for EVs are considerably higher than what has commonly been assumed. Brent Bennett and Jason Isaac published a report on behalf of the Texas Public Policy Foundation in which they emphasized that proponents of electric vehicles argue that these vehicles necessitate lower maintenance and have lower fuel costs in comparison to traditional vehicles. Furthermore, they contend that future reductions in battery prices will contribute to making EVs more cost effective. Nevertheless, they posit that no one has made an effort to quantify the complete financial advantages derived from a wide range of direct subsidies, regulatory credits, and subsidized infrastructure that play a pivotal role in the economic feasibility of electric vehicles. They provide evidence that the average model year 2021 electric vehicle would incur an additional cost of $48,000, $48,698 over a 10-year period in the absence of $22 billion in government incentives provided to electric vehicle manufacturers and owners. If the expenses of these subsidies were included in the actual cost of powering an EV, it would be equivalent to an EV owner paying $17.33 for a gallon of gasoline. These estimates do not encompass the numerous additional subsidies within the Inflation Reduction Act of 2022 dedicated to various aspects of electric vehicle supply chain, particularly battery manufacturing, which is super duper expensive. You hear the horror stories of people having to replace their batteries. They underline that nearly $22 billion in federal and state subsidies and regulatory credits lowered the retail price of electric vehicles in 2021 by an average of nearly $50,000. That is crazy. The author states that car dealerships are witnessing an oversupply of unsold electric vehicles, and the Ford Motor Company is facing losses of over $70,000 on each electric vehicle it currently sells. They losing on it. They draw attention to the fact that when we purchase a gallon of gasoline, we are covering the complete infrastructure required for refining, transporting, and manufacturing that gasoline. In contrast, when an electric vehicle owner plugs into the electric grid, it raises the question of how much they are contributing to the extra generation, transmission, and distribution expenses imposed on the grid, and whether these embedded costs will rise over time. Their conclusion is as follows. For advocates of electric vehicles and for those in the federal government promoting the use of fuel economy regulations to compel manufacturers to produce more electric vehicles, the reality is far from the idea that electric vehicles are on par with internal combustion engine vehicles. According to our conservative estimate, the average electric vehicle benefits from $48,698 in subsidies and incurs an additional $4,569 in charging and electric costs over a 10-year period, resulting in a total cost of $53,267 or $16.12 per equivalent gallon of gasoline. Unless there's a sustained increase in government support, electric vehicles will continue to be more expensive than internal combustion engine vehicles for many years to come. So it's not really worth it to get an electric vehicle unless you truly believe you're saving the environment by doing so. It's not really worth it. But let me know what you think. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe, and check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.